Alright, so now that we've had this new version of Brawlhalla for a while, I can finally give my extended thoughts on all the new changes including the Dex rework, the dash changes, the ranked alterations, and more. And before I get into it, I just want to say there's really no right or wrong answer to any of this, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below. Any engagement, whether negative or positive, helps the channel out a lot, so I appreciate it either way. And if you'd like to help reach my goal of 10,000 subs, I'd appreciate that too.
Nice.
So let's address the elephant in the room, the dash changes. And if I'm being really honest, I don't mind it as much anymore. I still, however, don't think it has changed any of the passivity issues this game has, for better or for worse. People who would have dash jumped in then dash jumped out are now just dash dancing instead, like they did in 2021, and anybody who would have ran away waiting for punishes still has the exact same game plan now. That's not to say that the meta isn't changing though, because the new dash changes heavily favor a more neutral-heavy playstyle. So legends like Arcadia and the already buffed Yumiko have a better chance to lay their traps out for their opponent to walk into. Don't get me wrong, I think the meta is in a good spot right now, or will develop into an overall balanced experience once the dust settles. I think Axe and Rocket Lance's nerfs are fair. Maybe a bit too harsh for Lance, and I think any Chakram buffs are welcome since there isn't anybody playing it right now. Swords buffs gave it a whole new true combo, with D-Light Nair recovery being true thanks to the increase in hit stun on Nair. And even Zul gets some love with a brand new 40 damage true combo with D-Light into N-Sig on cannon. I'm not going to go through all the buffs and nerfs here because I already made a full video about that here, but there were quite a few signature nerfs in there too, especially to Ulgrim, who just got continuously gutted with nerfs to both of his weapons and 4 of his signatures. Which, if you didn't know, is one of my least favorite legends to face, and I've been waiting for this day for years. So you take the good with the bad, and this is one of those victories that I will be celebrating. I think the Dex rework is another win for the game, which finally makes the stance important other than for like 3 or 4 characters. It's now no longer hoping that whichever stance takes away from Dex is beneficial to you and actually having a choice to make between the 4 stances. Since every stance has its uses, now there shouldn't be as much dependency on any specific way to play, and more so a choice based on preference. Which is what I think BMG is ultimately going for. So I'm definitely all for it, especially since most of the annoying characters happen to have low Dex and in turn automatically get nerfed this patch anyways. So another L for Ulgrim if you think about it. Although I play a lot of unarmed and am not afraid to lose my weapon, I objectively still think being unarmed is a disadvantage, and I think these slower tanky characters that rely on hard hits and signatures are affected the most when it comes to this patch. So overall, this will be a very healthy change for the current meta, and we should be seeing a lot less of these since people can't abuse them as freely anymore. If you're a fan of low Dex legends, this doesn't mean you should stop playing them. But you will have to adjust to playing more unarmed, so if that's something you are willing to do, I say go for it. I'm really surprised Gauntlets managed to stay untouched since they usually end up being like 6 of the legends in top 8, but I'm glad they didn't, since this backdash nerf helps slower, longer range weapons, and this means that we might not see as much Mordex in tournament this year, since he's also another 3 Dex legend. So if you're a Mordex hater, which let's face it, you probably are, the future is looking bright. I'm liking the new Battle Pass. I've almost unlocked the Onyx skin, but now that I've unlocked the trail, I gotta say, we really need a way to put the trail on every legend because doing it 67 times is no joke. But that's just a personal nitpick of mine, and maybe it's not so bad when you only play a handful of characters. I think we'll see a rise in hammer characters being used again, along with bow and spear doing well in this patch. So in a way, it's the start of a new era of dash dance heavy playstyles and being slower and more methodical. I'm alright with that. I believed it was time for a switch up anyway, so I wasn't going to complain. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see what the future holds. The solo queue is a great addition to help with longevity for the game. Even though I haven't used it yet, I'm still glad it's in the game, along with getting glory after every ranked match. There was also an update to ranked 3v3s where you have to play 10 placement matches like the other game modes, which I'm sure somebody has an opinion on. And a 3v3 tournament, but you didn't really miss much. There wasn't even really a point in making a highlight video since nothing much happened. You did, however, miss out on a free core skin, which is unfortunately my 4th one. But hey, free is free. In other news, Brawlhalla just made its way into Uno. Yes, the card game. But nothing changes in Brawlhalla. It would have been nice to play Uno within Brawlhalla, but I guess that's going too far. They also did a collab with a game called Growtopia, a game which I had previously never heard of. For April 1st, Cassidy's Cupcake returns in the form of the Bouncy Bomb. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, since this patch reminded me one thing I really hate about Brawlhalla. Something I hate with a passion. The lag. I don't know what it is exactly, but certain patches seem to destroy the game to the point where every match is noticeably stuttering at the minimum, and completely crashing in extreme cases, and it forces me to leave the game for weeks and months until everything stabilizes again. I think probably around 90% of my anger directed towards the dash changes is because of the clunkiness brought by the unstable servers. And when the game works properly, it's actually not so bad. But when it's bad, it's really bad. And I remember when the Halloween patch rolled out, I had the same problem then too. Admittedly, it was even worse back then, but I think I'm just gonna take a break regardless. I have a lot of clips, so I don't have to stress about playing all the time, which is one benefit of taking the YouTube route instead of competing as a pro. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'd be doing well if I attempted to go pro. What I'm saying is, I definitely don't want to stress myself out like that. So even if I could, I wouldn't. I've only been logging in to finish my daily challenges and not much else, so in reality it hasn't really affected me this time. I've been playing a few other games recently, and it's good to have a break once in a while. I recently bought all the DLCs for Fallout New Vegas, Just Cause 2, Sniper Ghost, Warrior 1 and 2, and whatever else I've been meaning to remove from my backlog, and it's been freeing. This doesn't mean I'm quitting Brawlhalla, or that you'll even necessarily notice I'm gone or anything, but I've got other things going on, and servers help make it easy for me to get on with other things in my life. This will also give me time to focus on creating other channels, and let me know if that's something you'll be interested in, or if you want to give me any ideas for what they can be about. Until then, I'll just be enjoying life and not raging at the pixels on my screen. I still want to create videos for this channel in the meantime, so let me know what kind of videos you want to see, for this channel or another, and let me know what your thoughts are now that we've had a few weeks with these updates. Another thing, I want to make a guild, but I'm not too sure what the name would be. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in joining, and let me know if you have a good name for it. What do you think of something like Carti's Kittens or Carti Crusaders? I haven't thought of a proper name yet, but it's something I plan on doing. Other than Brawlhalla, what game are you guys playing? What games are you looking forward to in the future? Are there any other fighting games that you guys like? I've been keeping my eye on the new Invincible game that's coming out, as well as the new Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. I think they can scratch the Mortal Kombat itch I've been feeling lately. But for now, who knows what the future holds? What have you guys been up to lately? Do you guys have any ideas you want to share with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you made it this far, comment purple doorknob for a chance to get pinned. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you're on mobile, swipe left to hype the video. These little things make a huge difference and mean the world to me. But if not, that's okay too. I just hope to see you in the next video.